The class is CAD, and in this class it's computer-aided drafting. So basically we design all sorts of things using the CAD software that you can see all over, and then you take those drawings and you give them to different companies, and they can do things such as 3D printing and things like that, or they can use them just for any designs such as architecture, machines, whatever they need. And it's a big part of engineering, and it's a lot of fun. You get to learn a whole lot about technology, and these days that's a very profitable business. So if you're interested in that, you'll have a lot of fun. You have potential to make a lot of money in the field, and you can make all sorts of cool things. You can make 3D animated movies, shows, if you like that. You can 3D print cool things, so if you have a cool little thing that you want to print, you can go for that. You can do a whole lot with this. The possibilities are practically endless. And I think my favorite thing I've done is probably this Titanic that I drew from memory, because that turned out really well. Always loved the Titanic, and I loved that drawing. I loved getting to do that. And then also we did an airplane at the beginning of the year, like a fighter jet, and I liked that a lot as well. For the most part, any skills that you do need, you can learn in this class, so you could come here not knowing anything, and by the time you're done with the class, you'll be perfectly knowledgeable, you'll be capable of doing even advanced drawings. Pretty much, everything that we build, everything that's manufactured at some point was most likely designed by a CAD engineer. So without CAD, we wouldn't have like these cameras, the lights, we wouldn't have any of this. I wouldn't trade this experience that I've had in here for anything. I am looking forward to continuing my second year and potentially pursuing this as a career in the future. And I love it a lot, and I think that anyone that has even a slight interest in potentially going into CAD should totally do it.
Computer networking is just a great class for anyone who's looking to learn anything about computers, really. I mean, we cover a wide variety, disassembling and assembling computers, Windows, a little bit of Linux, some basic networking principles. And in your second year, you can learn more advanced stuff like programming and even cybersecurity and other things like that. All the kind of fundamentals. Probably one of my favorite lessons is when you're installing Windows. Herzl plays the old lady character, and you have to learn a little bit about interfacing with customers as well as the technical side. So I've been interested in computers before I could even read. So it's just a natural course for me to kind of gravitate to. So it's good for me to kind of get more experience and learn the skills that I need for a career in IT. So pretty much everything you learn here, if you get a job, whether it's help desk or even higher level jobs in IT like system administration, the skills transfer directly over. I mean, everything we do in the lab is real world things that you might have to do for a business. Every once in a while, when you're caught up on your work and say it's a Friday or something, the last 30 minutes of class, you just go over and everybody can start playing on the VR and just have a little bit of fun, in addition to learning. You don't necessarily have to have skills, a great amount of skills in computers, but just having a willingness to learn and just follow along, and that's good enough. The course teaches you pretty much everything you need to know.
This is the Elkhart Career Construction Trade class, and it's really about teaching you all the rules and all the tools that you need to do in your future construction career. It's a really good class. It has helped me a lot. Like in the past, I work with my dad and do construction, but there's a lot of things that I haven't known. So it's helped me a lot. We do projects. So once we do a project, we do one step closer to that project. So we basically, after we're done using that skill that we do, we bring it into another thing. So we basically reuse that skill until we make like a bigger project. You have a lot of options into internships, into other construction trade classes, into college. I want to be in construction. You can make good money, and I want to be in it because it helps me in my future skills, like with my home and everything.
I decided to take this class because it gives me a head start and an opportunity for what I want to do for my career. To be successful in this class, you have to know how to be a great communicator, a great team worker. So what excites me about this class is that it's not an average or regular school class. You're not sitting in the classroom, you're actually doing stuff. It's pretty cool that we get to do hands-on learning rather than on paper and like in classroom.
There's a couple different names for it. It's known as advanced manufacturing, also commonly known as precision machining. It's about taking base engineering and furthering it into the more manufacturing field, kind of getting a feel for basic and advanced machines, and kind of getting an edge in a career path. First years would get a feel for blueprint reading, understanding the machines at a basic level, mostly manual so that you understand how it operates. And then second years would further that into CNC automatic machines, which would deal a little more with programming and the machine doing it for you. This is a very important field for Indiana, especially since we're a big industrial state. It's very hands-on, which I like. There's not just a lot of sitting around behind a desk all day. We change up stuff every day, so it never gets boring. Right now we're working on a chess set, actually. There's a lot of stuff to do with that. So with that, we've had to split people into groups and kind of coordinate. So we have designers, programmers, we have operators. If you love building stuff hands-on and you know you want to do something with engineering, I would say at least look into it. Obviously there's going to be some frustrating parts to it. It's everywhere. Pushing through and actually seeing your designs come to life is just so great. If you really get good at a job like this, you can really get hired anywhere in the manufacturing. You become a valuable asset. So you basically secured yourself a job.
Well, I mean, it's really just welding, but like, I took it because I wanted more options when I get out of school, and I don't know if I really want to go to college, and I can get some certifications now, and then next year I can decide if I want to go to college or not. We do like TIG welding, MIG welding, arc welding, and we do different types of metal like aluminum, we'll do steel. I don't think we'll ever do titanium, but that's always an option if you go out in the workforce. I really enjoy TIG welding because it's really challenging, and it just feels so cool because it looks good, and it's just amazing. Well, with most welding, you'll have like your filler rod, which like in TIG, you'll have your filler rod, and you're basically just heating up two pieces of metal, and then you're putting the filler metal in between those two pieces of metal so they join together and form a strong bond. You can get a decent job doing welding, or like you can further it or become like a blacksmith or like engineering or something. It's definitely a pathway you can take that has like different ways you can go. It's gonna be hard at first, but after time you'll get it, and it's like, it just feels really good once you do get it. I enjoy welding a lot, and it would be nice to have a job where I get to enjoy like what I'm doing and then still get paid a decent amount. We get 5 or 6 credits at Vincennes University for this class. I mean, it does involve a little bit more book work and stuff, but it's overall worth it because you get basically free college out of it. I mean, I think welding is one of the best choices of a class you could take at the Career Center.